all things New Orleans Saints. This is Who Dat Discussion.
Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Say they gon' be damn same.
Powered by Overtime Media.
What is up, Who Dat Nation? Welcome into another film study here at the Who Dat Discussion. As always, I am your host, Andrew Galata. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Galata, and then also you can follow the Who Dat Discussion on Twitter at the Who Dat Dis. We have a really interesting video in store for you guys today, as we are going to take a look at Saints free agent target Jadeveon Clowney. Now, obviously, the Saints haven't signed Clowney yet, and I know all of our film studies to this point have been Saints players that are on the team and definitely signed, but we decided to kind of take a look at Clowney as he's a free agent target, and since the news from Nader Murphic dropped, everyone's been clamoring to see if Clowney's going to come, Clowney's not going to come, and I definitely just wanted to look at his film, see where he would fit with the Saints, would he be an upgrade over Marcus Davenport, and kind of what does he do well, and to see where he fits into the Saints puzzle, and I do think that it's really important to look at, and I know this is kind of speculatory, but to me it would be a really fun video, and I definitely wanted to look at it, so I think we should just get right into it. Here is our first play. It's going to be between the Bengals and the Seahawks. You have Jadeveon Clowney lined up right here, and this is going to be a great play that shows Clowney's recognition. I think some veteran abilities that he has. I know he's still obviously a young player, but you could see like where he's getting into his prime, and now he's starting to understand the technical part of the game and the recognition part of the game, as well as his great physical skills, and this play just really shows it all. It's going to be a screen pass, and then basically Clowney is going to make a play here, and a really nice play, so I'll let you guys watch it twice, and then we'll run it back, and then break it down. So you're going to see Clowney get by, recognize there's a screen, and then makes a play. So to me, that's just a really nice job. And here's the other angle, which you can also see Clowney come through, and then he realizes that, look, everything's probably not right here. I'm not just going to get a free shot at the quarterback. And then he does recognize, if we pull it back here, and we're definitely going to look at it, he does recognize that Mixon's coming out into a screen, and then he kind of stays right in the passing lane, and then he's able to tip it away and make a really nice play there. So if we run it back here, let's come right back to over here. And you're basically going to see it's going to be Mixon over here. This is a pretty interesting screen concept because you're going to have Mixon basically run like a fake, but then he's going to just basically run this line out, and then he's going to be ready for the screen, and then eventually, if you would catch it, you would like to go like this. And that just doesn't happen because this is what Clowney recognizes. And he was playing as a number one defensive end here, and this is a play that I think a lot of number one defensive ends make. And this is a play similar to the ones that Cameron Jordan makes and some other like big-time defensive ends. And you see that Clowney definitely has that potential here because he just breaks through right these guys. But these guys are going to block up field. So they're just basically just hitting Clowney a little bit to get him off the target. But they're not there to block him full time because they just really are trying to block upfield for this screen. So they kind of almost let Clowney go. So Clowney basically goes right through. But then he sees Mixon come up and he's like, oh, this is a screen pass. So then he recognizes it. And if we just play it here, I will first erase this. But when we play it here, you're going to see, like right here, he recognized it. He's like, oh, he put his hand up. And then he was like, okay, this is what Mixon's trying to do. And now he basically stays right in the middle here because he doesn't want to get too close to Dalton, but he doesn't want to get too far away. So he stays right in the middle of the passing lane. Going to use this athletic ability to jump up and make a play. To me, that's just really good. He does all the right things. He doesn't come straight after Dalton because that's what they want him to do. They want him to put pressure on Dalton, so he's out of the picture. And then look how much room he would have had. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Only really 1, 2 in the area, maybe 3. It would have been a really tough play for these Seahawks to make if Clowney didn't make this play. This is, a big play that was saved by Clowney. And to me, that's really big. And his recognition of saying, oh, this is a screen pass. Because he's the only one on the field that it seems like, oh, this is a screen. And because a lot of people think the screen's coming over here because it was a fake screen this way, and then they were going to run it back this way. And it would have worked to perfection if it wasn't for Clowney seeing that there was a screen here and staying in the passing lane. Because if we keep playing it, you'll see, jumps up, then uses his great athletic ability, jumps extremely high because he's just, a great athletic player, and then is able to make the play and see it run out. It just tips, and then it's gone. Because to me, that's amazing play. And when we see it from this angle again, it's very, very similar. You could kind of see right here. Now he's right in that perfect spot, and then Dalton's going to try to make the play over him, but no, he's not. And he's like right in the middle. Before he jumped, he was like right here, and then once he jumped and moved forward, he was a little closer to Dalton. But he's really right in the middle here, where he should be to defend this ball. He gets it really right in the passing lane. Like, obviously, this is the passing lane that Dalton's going to throw through. And guess where Clowney is? Right in the middle. And that's perfect. And he goes up and makes a play. So he's able to recognize that it was a screen, and he was able to just get right in the middle of it, make a play. And it would have been a big play for the Bengals, maybe even a touchdown, because they had, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 3. If they're able to get out in space, this would have been a touchdown. And Clowney saves that. So to me, that's kind of some recognition ability that he's able to bring. And I don't know if Marcus Davenport would have recognized this, because to me, Marcus Davenport is a lot like a younger version of Clowney. I think that they both have amazing physical techniques, amazing physical attributes, great athletic players, but haven't put together all of the technique part yet. And I do think that Clowney's farther along, and that's why he's a better player. That's why he's a Pro Bowl player. But if Clowney gets to that amazing level where his athletic ability is, if his technique's at the same level, he's going to be one of the best defensive ends in the league. He hasn't been there yet. But again, if he was with Cameron Jordan and he was kind of the second defensive end, and he doesn't have to worry about going up against the best offensive lineman and the most kind of attention, then you may see him take that next step because the pressure is off. This was a big step forward for him going to the Seahawks because he was going to be the number one guy. When he was in Houston, he wasn't the number one guy. And he was doing really good in the number 2 role, so he's probably thinking, if I come to the Saints, I could be in the number 2 role, I can work on my skills, I can get that recognition even better, and I could get put in places where I can succeed, and then go out and get a big contract the next year. It would be a very, very smart move to see him come in here. But this just shows, he is farther along than Davenport. The Saints could definitely use another player that can kind of recognize screens and make plays and do a really good job with that. And I do think that he, may be in the middle between Marcus Davenport and Cameron Jordan. And again, that's an upgrade. And if the Saints got Clowney, it would be a big upgrade in my opinion. And I think he may even be closer to Cameron Jordan, because even this year, I know he only had 3 sacks, but he had a lot of plays where he was very close to the quarterback and just couldn't kind of finish the playoff. And again, if he's able to convert those into sacks, you may see a big year from him. But I thought this was a really nice first play because it just shows he's more than just a pass rusher. He's just a really good defender. So moving on to the second play, it's against the Saints rivals with the Falcons. I'll let you guys watch this play twice and then we will break it down. This angle, not going to show that much. It's from very far away, but I just want to at least show you he gets the sack fumble. And that just shows you he's a really good nose to kind of strip the ball. And the second angle gives you a lot better in terms of kind of what he's able to do. Because this is a 3-man rush here. And this is just 1, 2, 3 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really 6, because he's going to stay in block as well. And basically Clowney's going to get double teamed. And he kind of recognizes this. So he's like, well, the only way that I'm able to really get a one-on-one if I go straight in, beat him, and then I can really just only have to play a running back. And he's going to use both technique to get through the offensive lineman, but then also strength, just brute strength, to get through kind of a second push from the offensive line, and then also Devontae Freeman. And this is just an outstanding play to get a sack only on 3-man rush. And I know it's going to be kind of a Hail Mary type play here, but you can even see that the wide receivers aren't even close to the end zone when Clowney makes this play because he just blew it up. So it was just a really nice job here. So if we play it from this angle, you're going to see, uses a nice angle there, he does a great job. He uses good hand technique, which is really nice, and when we break it down, we'll see that. But he uses great hand technique. Obviously, the strength is there. He gets good leverage, and he's able to really beat the offensive lineman twice, and then also just run right through Devontae Freeman, which he definitely should do. But again, that's just a really nice job, because when we run this back, you're going to see here that when we play it, right there, he uses great hand technique because he just goes 1, 2, bye. And it's a great job. So he's able to place his hands right in the numbers of the offensive lineman here, and he's able to just go 1, 2, and then swim around him. And to me, that's a really nice job. So he's able to go 1, 2, swim right around him. His first step was when he was close to the offensive lineman was really, really good. he's already coming with a big head of steam because he's already kind of started a few yards off the line of scrimmage. So he's able to do a nice job there. So he's able to win there. And then we fast forward. Now right here, he kind of got pushed because he was getting double teamed, kind of got pushed to the center here. But now he at least has an easy route to the ball. He's able to go basically right through there because he's only really against Devontae Freeman here because this offensive lineman is going to have a bad position wherever he ends up being. And when you see it, like right here, yeah, now like he's out of the play, and this offensive lineman's coming from here, and now he's going to have a straight rush at the ball. And if you watch my other film studies, you obviously know what I think. If you're the offensive lineman and you're not on the inside of the defensive lineman, you're going to lose, especially when you have a physical player with Clowney and such a plus physical player. Like, that is not good enough. That's parallel. And over here, that's parallel. That's not good enough. So he's just going to split them, go right by them, and then another great play. He's able to have a nose for the ball. And it's not that he only tackles Schwab. He punches the ball out. He takes it away. And he notices that kind of Schwab's holding it with his right hand. So he punches at that right hand. And he's able to get the ball free. And then Ziggy Ansah, who the Saints looked at a few years ago, he's able to recover it. And to me, that's just a really nice play. And he's able to show you a lot of great stuff. And if we even play this back a little farther, if we go to this angle, you're going to see when he makes the sack, right there, they're really only at the 10. They're supposed to be in the end zone. So he rushed that play, and he was able to do a really good job, get the timing off, and then ending up getting the sack. Because you see a lot of these Hail Marys, they at least get into the end zone. Like, they're not even close. And this pause even is a little late. So it may have been like here where they ended up stopping, because then he had to run away and try to get away from Clowney. He wasn't even looking down the field. And again, that's just a really nice job from Clowney. Only in a 3-man rush, able to get a sack. Now, I know it's a deep play, but again, it was a nice job. Got through basically a double team and got to the sack. And to me, this was a really nice play to show his athletic strength paired with his good technique, solid technique. So I definitely wanted to show you guys that play there. So if we fast forward to our next play here, it's going to be between the Seahawks and 49ers. And there are a few plays in this game that Clowney just does an amazing job. It's actually, this whole game was his game. He had an outstanding game, and he played good against the 49ers. He also played really good in the playoffs all year. His skills kind of elevated when he played those great teams, which is really nice to see. And to me, he did a really nice job in this game, and he was just all over the field. He had a sack fumble. He had a touchdown in this game. He was just had an amazing game. And I only picked 2 plays from this game, but again, he was really all over the field. So if you want to check out his highlights, his full highlights in that game, definitely do that. But I'm just going to show you 2 plays where he showcases some great skills. And this is going to be a play where he doesn't get a sack, but he gets to the quarterback and disrupts a play. So you're going to see him lined up right over here, and you're going to see him just show his amazing first step ability, show his good technique. This is a really nice pass rush move too. It shows that he's nimble, and it just shows just an amazing job by him. So you're going to see, just that first step was so good. Goes right past him, puts a nice hit on Garoppolo, and he kind of disrupts the timing there. So to me, that was a really nice job. And you're going to see it from this angle as well. You're going to see him take that false first step and then goes right past him. So that stutter step move to go right by him. You just show that lateral quickness. And that just got Garoppolo's timing off, and he obviously did enough to affect the play and create a positive play for the Seahawks. Wasn't a sack, but he did create a positive play. So if we run it back here, and to me this is the best angle, is right over here. So you have Clowney here, and really you think he'd be double teamed here because you have 2 guys for 1 player, and that's what it is. So you have him blocking him and him blocking him. And they're both going to block to this side because Clowney fakes just that one little stutter step, and then he goes right by him. And then he's able to just basically swim right past him. So he goes like this and then beat him on the inside. Because then he's going to move a little bit and then he's going to beat him to this spot over here. And then, again, Clowney's going to get all the leverage. He's going to get good hand technique to just basically, again, kind of just push him aside, really. And then goes right to the quarterback here. So let's just kind of erase the board. And then we will play it a little farther. Because then you're going to see, boom, that first step. So now he moves this way. So this offensive lineman shifts this way because of Clowney's just false step, but Clowney's not doing that. Clowney does a little quick stutter move, and then he's going to make an even quicker step back. And then you're going to see it back there, and then he's able to have good hand placement, and then he's gone. So you saw he went there, and now he's gone. Because if we play it back a little bit, you're going to see that, look at this. He goes 1, but look at that good hand technique. He's in here, and he's going to, again, use his hands to push off of the offensive lineman because he has good technique right in the middle there. He has really the good position, and he's able to kind of, again, create a position where he's almost parallel to the offensive lineman, and he creates a full hole for himself. Like, look at that space there. He can just go right through, and then he goes right to the quarterback. Because he uses one false step, you have both the tight end and the offensive tackle moving this way, but he's really going this way. It's a great play, and it just shows you that it's a good pass rush move. It shows his lateral quickness because he's able to use a false step and then go boom right after, and that's just an amazing play. And it just shows you not only the physical moves, but also the intelligence, his ability to have some good pass rush moves, and he's able to, again, do a really good job, gets by, and then he's able to disrupt this play, give a big hit on Garoppolo, and end up doing a really nice job there. So, to me, that was just an outstanding play, showing his ability to get to the quarterback, use pass rush move, use his lateral quickness, use his athletic ability to make a play there. And then our last play from this 49ers game is going to be his sack fumble in this one. And to me, this is just a play where he just shows off his amazing physicality, his ability to just like pile drive offensive tackles. And to me, that's just amazing. And again, he has a nose for the ball. And he's going to make a big play here for the Seahawks in a pivotal game for them. So if you see, he is going to line up right over here again. And he's going to just do an amazing job here. So if we see, it's a little motion there. But again, it's no match because he just pile drives this offensive lineman. And then he's able to just make a quick move in and get a sack fumble. That's an amazing play. And that just shows you, this is like basically his just raw physicality. And I know you can't always win on this. That's why he has pass rush moves. But again, he's able to win on this. And look at that. He almost makes this offensive lineman fall down. And again, he's able to just do enough to get the ball away and do a really nice job here. So if we play it back from this angle, because I do like this angle better, you're going to see him just get really good hand placement. And then basically, he's going to do what some defensive ends do to Andrus Peat. Because he's just going to get this great hand placement and then just drive. He has all the leverage and he's a physical monster and he's going to make this play because you're going to see it here. Look at this. I'll show you the good hand placement that he has. Boom. Right there. He's on the inside and then you have this offensive lineman on the outside and that means if you're the defensive end, that's a win right there and now he just has to drive him back and you're going to see he drives into the lane. So usually, like, if you have some pressure along the outside, the quarterback's able to step up. But Clowney doesn't do that. He comes like this. He comes towards the middle. So he collapses this middle open space because usually you're going to have a big open space. But Clowney collapses that inner space because he's pushing the offensive lineman into that area. And then he creates less and less room for Garoppolo to escape the play because now he can't go anywhere over here. He would have to escape this way. And for a righty to do that, that would be really hard. So Garoppolo is going to try to step up, but you know that Clowney is still pushing towards the middle. And if you keep going, now he has the ball because now he knows that he's a righty and the ball's in his right hand. And what Clowney's going to do is just find it and strip it. And he's going to be able to get a fumble there. Again, if he's able to make plays like those, and added to the good technique plays where he's able to get some sacks, disrupt plays, he's going to be a huge addition for the Saints if he's able to come here and finish up that deal. You have to be extremely excited to even see him interested in the Saints because if he can bring this play to the Saints, sky's the limit for the team here. So with all that said, I do think it's time to wrap up this film study. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a really fun time making it. I always have fun time making these film studies. And definitely, I think Clowney, if he would come to the Saints, now I don't know what the deal would be. Like, he did decline a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Seahawks, but it doesn't seem like he wants to go to the Seahawks. So I think if the Saints offered him 1 year, $15 million, I think he'd be more likely to come to the Saints just because it's a better situation, especially on the D-line. Now, maybe the Saints move some funds around and can give him $18 million. Maybe they're only going to offer him $12 million or what they have in the cap right now and just hope he comes. We're going to see what happens. Maybe they give him a 1-year deal where they give him some extra money next year when the Saints are in a little better cap situation. I don't know. It's Mickey Loomis. Anything could happen because if the Saints want to go get him and it's at their price, they're going to pull the trigger. Like, we've seen this time and time again. And I do think that there is a chance that Clowney does come to the Saints. I think it comes down to money. In my opinion, I think that Clowney wants to come to the Saints, but the Saints were like, look, this is our deal. Let's just say it was like $15 million. We're going to give you 15, 14, however much it is, $14 million, and that's what we would give you. Maybe even less. Maybe it's like $12 million. We're going to give you $12 million, and that's what we're going to do. We'll tell you outright, and that's what it is. And Clowney was like, I really want 17, 18 million, 20 million. And the Saints like, okay, look, this is our offer. If you want to play with us, great. If you don't, you don't. And they're not really going to budge on their offer, but the offer is on the table. And if you want it, you want to come to a contending team, you want to win a Super Bowl, and then cash in next year, here's your opportunity. And I do think that's what Mickey Loomis is saying. And maybe the Saints are able to budge like maybe a few million, but again, it's a tough situation. But if Clowney would be able to come to the Saints, I mean, sky's the limit for this team. I really do think that. And again, it just shows how much depth they would have, star power they would have. They would have it all on that defensive line. And I think that would help the whole defense, not just the defensive line, because if they're able to put more pressure on the quarterback, then the secondary will improve. If they're able to stop the run, that's going to help the linebackers, and it's just going to be an amazing group. Like, think about those NASCAR packages. They would have Davenport, Cameron Jordan, Clowney. I mean, you could have then Sheldon Rankins in there as well. It would just be insane, and I definitely want to see what the Saints can do with that. But it's only interest. It's not a deal. No deal is struck yet. But I did want to show you guys how he could possibly fit with the Saints, what he would bring to the Saints, and I think that he would bring some unique things that the Saints don't have on their roster currently, so I do think that is really good. But that's all I have for you guys in this film study. Definitely comment. I want to hear what you guys thought about this film study. Do you think the Saints will sign Clowney? Do you want the Saints to sign Clowney? Definitely leave all of that in the comments below. Definitely follow us on our social media platforms that I said in the beginning of the film study. And also check out our podcast. We just dropped an episode with our interview with Delvin Breaux, so that was really interesting. Got to pick his brain about a number of topics, and it was really cool to hear about his career from his perspective. So to me, that was just outstanding, and I really hope you guys check that out. But with all that said, I want to say thank you for watching, run it back, and who dat?